Hello, welcome to a new series I'm doing where I go through and I solve LeetCode problems with you guys. Quick disclaimer before I solve this one, my solutions are not always going to be the best in terms of time complexity or space complexity. I'm really trying to solve these so that someone who's a beginner can more easily understand them, because while there may be faster solutions, quote unquote, they are much harder to understand from a beginner's perspective. And that's the kind of perspective that I'm aiming for with these videos. So come at me in the comments if you want to be like, oh, you didn't use a hash map and do a one pass instead of, just doing the simple brute force approach. Whatever you want, go for it. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's stop yapping here and let's see. So we have a two-sum problem here over on LeetCode. It's a very common problem. It's one of the, or if not like the most popular problem on the site. I'm not really sure how they rank them, but it is number one. So that's where we're going to start. So given an array of integers, nums, and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. So for example, 1 here, we're given an array of nums, 2, 7, 11, 15. The target's 9. We'd want to output 0 and 1 because 2 plus 7 is 9. Explanation because num 0 plus nums 1 equals 9. So we return 0, 1. Simple enough here. We don't really need to set anything up here. It's all here for us. So the brute force approach here is going to be something like this, and it's an approach that I'm going to submit. So for our int I equals 0, very classic for loop setup here, we'll do I less than nums.length. And this is in Java also, if you couldn't tell. So the way you can change this is this little drop down here. You can change between any language you want. I'm doing this in Java, so if you're not doing this in Java, just do the translation, whatever that looks like in whatever language you choose. So we'll go to I++, and from here we're going to double for loop it here, so our runtime is going to be O(n) squared. So what we'll do here, well, I guess O to 2n, I guess, would be more accurate. So we're gonna do here, go int j equal to 0, or not 0. We're gonna do it equal to I plus 1 here. J less than nums dot length. And sorry I'm typing so slow. I'm trying to type while this mic, so this mic can also pick up my voice. But I have to like talk into it, and it's like blocking my vision. So there we go. And the reason I wanted to start at j equal to I plus 1 is because we can't use the same number twice. So if I is starting at 0, there's no reason for j to start at 0. And I don't want j to start at 1 either, because we're just going to move through this loop and not check things we've already checked. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So just for ease of sake, I know from a spatial standpoint this isn't helping, but if we do int sum equals nums I plus nums j. There we go. And then from here, we can do if sum is equal to the target, you'd want to return a new int array of I and j. Pretty sure this is how you do it. And then when you come down here and just have a basic return statement, it says we can already assume that each thing has exactly one solution, so in theory we'll never get this return statement anyway, so you don't need to do that. So we can go ahead and run this. Looks like, did I do something wrong here? I cannot find symbol nums dot oh, I typo. What can you do? Missing return value. So you did not give that to me last time. New integer array. How about that? Interesting. Dimension missing? I don't think so. Doesn't really matter. We can set it to 2 or 0 or whatever you want. And there we go. So now we have an accepted response here. So just to show that the 2 doesn't matter, I can go ahead and hit 0 and submit this as well. And it will run and complete. So a little bit of explanation here, just to go over it one more time. we're starting from 0, and then we're starting our j index, our second index, at whatever I is plus 1, because again, we cannot use the same number twice. There's no reason to check 0 twice, because again, that breaks the rules. There's no reason to start it at 1, because we don't want to go back through the entire array and then check numbers that we've already checked. So in this case, let's just walk through it just on ourselves here. If we start I equals to 0 and then j equals to 1, and then nothing is equal to it. So if, at the first index, if whatever it is, let's say in this case it's 2. So at the first index 2, and let's say the second index is 8 and not 7. We go through and check it. 2 plus 8 doesn't equal that. 2 plus 11 doesn't equal. 2 plus 15 does not equal 9. In this case, our target is 9. So in that case, none of it works. So then we go to I equals 1. And then from there, go to j equals 2. And then we check it from here. So then we check is 7 plus 11 equal anything? No. Is 7 plus 15 equal? No. And then next iteration, I gets bumped up to 2. And then does 11 plus 15 equal anything? No. And then in that case, we'll go to I is equal to, what is this? 0, 1, 2, 3 here. And then since since 3 plus 1 is 4, and that's not less than the length, we don't even try to go through here at all, and we just return this because we need 2 indices, is basically what that means. Yeah, we'll go ahead and submit this. Let it run a little bit here. So as you can see here, we don't have a good runtime here. It only beats a third. So there's definitely much faster ways to do this. I also would not worry too much about this end of the solution. If you're in an interview or something, they might ask you to like whittle it down a little bit. That's totally fine. But in terms of a LeetCode standpoint, all of these times are from people going to the solutions. And if you go to all solutions here and you go to something like this one, for example, so it tells you this one's for Python, C++, Java, all these other things as well. If we scroll down here and go to their Java solution, whatever it looks like here, so it looks like they used a hash map here, which is definitely a faster approach. So you only go through the entire list once. You don't have 2 for loops or anything like that. People will just literally just copy this and then just paste it in, and then they'll submit it. And then they'll get like, oh, I beat the runtime, but they didn't really. They didn't come up with the solution themselves. This is just off top of my head. And yeah, so that's it for this little solution here. Hope you guys enjoyed. You can check the description for a link to this problem and other things. Leave comments down below if you have questions and things like that. And again, like I said, before people start, laying into me, I'm again not going for the fastest approach. I'm going for the easiest to understand from a newcomer's perspective. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next solution.